Hello everyone, welcome to our new show, 5 Minute Morning. Hello, thank you for joining us. I'm Joe Beretta.
I'm Anita.
I'm Elliot Morgan.
This is a new show that we're trying for you guys where we take an event, a news topic, something that's out there in the ether, and we tweet it and Facebook it out to you, and you give us your responses, and we cover them, and we talk about them, and we spark a discussion.
Oh, baby.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be
But
so fun.
there's a catch.
What catch, Joe?
There's a catch. We have 5 minutes to do so. We have 5 minutes to mine your comments and talk about them and do our thing. And then at the end of the 5 minutes, it's over. We could be
A buzzer
mid-sentence.
goes off. We have to shut up. It doesn't matter if we got a chance to summarize our opinions or if we're in the middle of a heated discussion.
Oh.
It ends.
Did we cover everything? I don't know. Who cares? It's over.
It's over. It's done.
over. So yeah, and today we are going to be covering gay marriage. Yay! So in the news space and in America right now, it's a heated topic because Proposition 8 and DOMA, the Defense of Marriage Act, are being weighed and considered by the Supreme Court.
Yep.
There's been arguments from both sides, and everybody's like posting equal signs on their Facebooks and stuff, and some people are posting divided signs and whatnot. So it's a topic that we wanted to get your guys' opinions on. And before we start the timer, what we want to do is cover all the sides of the issue as best as we can.
Yes.
Just summarize them real quick. We'll call it both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, before we even get started, spoiler alert, we are all horrible, liberal, anti-everything people who are for the destruction of this entire nation. Not really, but we are for gay marriage because we don't really care in all various reasons. But that being said, we don't still want to represent both sides. The side that is for what is being described as traditional marriage says that you shouldn't, they are against gay marriage because it is against the definition of traditional marriage, also for the sake of procreation. If you are gay, you can't biologically create a child, and therefore you should not be having a marriage, and you could later, this could start a slippery slope. You could be maybe later marrying children or dogs or chairs,
Multiple adult humans.
Oh my God.
The polygamy, everything, every horrible thing could come from this. Tax exempt statuses of churches. If a church decides based on their religious beliefs that they do not want to marry a gay couple, then they could be seen as discriminating. They could have that status stripped from them, which would be very bad. And there's no data on the effect of raising children in same-sex households, which is true. And then finally, last but not least, the one that sort of is under the radar that nobody likes to talk about, but what a lot of these things boil down to is a lot of people believe that same-sex marriage is icky.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, by the way, everybody I think would appreciate it more if that's what.
Yeah,
you
if that was
just
it.
threw it out
Just
right in the beginning.
that. No, don't hide behind me. Like, if you don't like it,
it
you
says
don't
in
like
the
it.
Constitution that it has to be a man and a woman. And
Yeah.
It's icky.
It's icky.
All
Alright, and then
other side of the coin.
Okay, other side of the coin. The pros for gay marriage, of course, equality. Everyone is equal. Everyone should feel like they are equal. Therefore, you should be able to marry who you want to marry. And the other side of it is love is love. If you've been loving someone for 91 years, wouldn't it be wonderful to marry them? But of course,
Or 2 years.
or 2 years,
Or a
or
couple
whatever.
months.
It's that whole thing. Love is love, and then equality. You should have the same rights as a married person and as that union. And then the other one that I really kind of bode well with is who cares? At the end of the day, you're not hooting.
no harm, no foul is a very
not hooting
important
anyone.
principle to keep in mind when legislating.
Mind your own business. The rules in your house shouldn't govern everybody else's house.
Yeah.
And I do think there can be a straw man argument when it comes to the sort of the rights issues, because there are ways around it. And I think with the Supreme Court, like when you talk about the deathbed thing, you talk about wills, all those things, there are legal ways around that. The problem, I think, as they talked about in the Supreme Court documents from a couple days ago, is basically it's about the label. It's about the social status of the word married and what that means to a group of people.
And whether or not someone
it.
deserves it. Whether or not, it's like that taking that, whether or not you deserve it, that putting that line in there is actually really harsh.
Maybe it's not even a deserving thing. Maybe it's who are we to say who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Or who does,
exactly.
just
Deserving and
deny.
undeserving. Exactly.
Cool. So now to you guys, your Facebook comments, your Twitters and stuff like that. We have 5 minutes.
What time? We have 5 minutes going now, or when?
And the clock will start now.
Okay.
Boom.
On the same side of the sense of who cares kind of thing, Barrett A. Mashburn said, I personally don't believe that gay marriage is right, but who am I to tell someone they can't marry the one they love? I have my beliefs just as they have theirs. Also, to all who keep saying they have freedom from religion, you should get your facts straight. The Constitution says freedom of religion. That doesn't mean that just because you don't agree with someone's cross in the front yard that you have the right to tell them to take it down. Religious people have just as many rights as non-religious people. Don't shove your beliefs down anyone's throat if you don't want them shoved back in yours. Just my thoughts.
Okay, so there you go. You should be able to believe what you want to believe, and you should also be able to get married if you want to get married. I think the one thing that kind of gets, I don't want to say swept under the rug, but what is happening in this type of debate is the people that are against gay marriage are perceived as they're bashing gays.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily true. And then it turns into a religious bashing, and it's going both
And then it
ways.
goes, it does go both
what
ways.
it boils down to
100%.
from a religious sense is you have a belief in a, well, besides there is homophobia, there are all these other factors, but a lot of it, when it boils down to the Bible and talking about the Bible, is biblical literalism, where you have a group of people who believe the Bible very much based on what they read in their translation of a translation of a translation. That leads to, if you believe that you're reading a book that is 100% inerrant and you believe it literally, you default to believing.
And I honestly,
that's
in
by its very nature.
my honest opinion, I think conviction is conviction. I think you are all allowed to have your own convictions. I.e., if there is that, like I think that churches should be tax exempt. I don't think that there should be that.
I agree.
I don't think they should be discriminated against in that in that sense, but I also don't think that they should get their tax-exempt status revoked if they don't want to marry someone, because that is a conviction of the. It's just like if pork was rampant everywhere, but
I mean, there's concerns, just like when slavery happened, we like to think that it was just like, oh, there's evil people and there's good people, but there was a lot of economic concerns too. There's all these logistic concerns that you still have to take care of. I see you about to put a finger up and lose a minute. There's all these logistic concerns that at the end of the day, you have to just take that first step and then deal with them as they come, and I think that's something, I think it's a valid.
I think this whole thing is still, it all boils down to, let's use the word literal again. There's a separation of church and state. And how are we going to define that? How are we going to practice that? And I think that's what this whole discussion comes down to.
Exactly.
Jordan Martinez says they should not pass it. Assuming he's talking, he might be confused because he's not. I think he means they should pass Prop 8 or whatever.
All right.
Tell me how in the world is Tell me how in the hell is two men going to have/raise children? The mom is for love and comfort. The dad is for protection and the backbone of the household. So if two men that think they're women raise kids, they will just be a bunch of slur and sissies. And then SMH. What does SMH mean? I always forget what that acronym is.
Who knows?
Lose all these.
Shake my head.
I am offended that you think I do not provide love and comfort as the man in my household.
Yeah.
I'm a love Sherpa.
Not even in his household.
I'm a security.
Even in the
blanket
writer's
of
room.
Comfort.
You don't even know.
You back off. That is ridiculous.
I'm questioning the fact that apparently a gay man is someone who believes that he's a woman. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Before we attack you, even though you did use a slur that, in my opinion, if you use it, I lose every ounce of respect for you, ever. Because that's I didn't read the word because I don't, and I will get into the importance of words maybe in a second. But the fact is, and the point that you're getting at, amidst all of your ignorance, is that you're right. There is no data for what happens to children raised by same-sex couples. That being said, it's not necessarily a reason to negate them or to deny them the right to be married.
I'm going to jump on the data conversation. A lot of people that are against gay marriage like to say there is no data, but then they assume that if there was data, it would be
bad
negative.
or negative.
We're not quite sure, but if two kids are raised by two men or two women, it's probably a bad thing.
In the argument of traditional homes, in that sense, all three of us were raised by the men and women, and then your parents divorced.
My parents divorced when I was in 4th grade, and it got better.
Yeah.
It gets better.
It gets better.
Not it got worse. They got better. No, it
got better. I was
raised
raised in a very non-traditional household of a father figure that raised 4 kids by himself.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no concrete good or bad when it comes to rearing children. Love is all that matters, and support. And
good people.
Good people.
A good person.
We're gonna move on. We gotta move on.
Okay, move on.
Michael Hefner says, I do not think gays should be allowed to marry. Marriage is a religious thing, but I do, however, believe they should have a legal binding like marriage, a civil union. That has all the benefits of marriage, but doesn't have the name. That way, crazy religious people are happy, and so are the gays. They can choose to celebrate this civil union any way they desire.
Okay, that's separate but equal. That's the exact same thing as saying you can still have a water fountain. It just has to be that water fountain over there, and you can't be at the water fountain with the other white people. No. And you should still be happy because you're still getting your water.
It's not the same thing.
When people throw around the word semantics, they say, "Oh, it's just semantics." There's importance in words, and at least in my opinion.
The debate really.
Jeez, you turned the volume up.
Oh man. So we can't.
Horrible.
So obviously we did not cover every comment. We did not adequately probably cover every side
even with our thoughts.
No.
But I think it is fun, and do this with your friends. If you hear like a controversial conversation about to take place, just be like, okay, we're going to give ourselves 3 minutes, to go to town, and then don't talk about it ever again.
Well, yeah, what we want to do is we want to spark conversation. We want to spark a debate, and we want you guys to do it down below, and then hopefully it'll be a continued conversation. We can cover it on Comment Commentary later in the week. So we are going to end every single episode of 5 Minute Morning with something we're going to call 5 words. Yeah, I think 5 words where we describe how we feel about the said topic with 5 words. All right, Elliot, 5 words, go.
Unfamiliarity breeds fear and exclusion.
I like those 5 words.
Okay. Marry who you love. Damn it.
Oh, okay, so she
Except
took
dogs.
damn it. No, she took damn it to put them together. It's good. 5 words. Acceptance. Love. Equality. Dat butt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sexist. That's not the love and comfort.
All right, let us know your guys'
All
5
right.
word reaction to the story in the comments down below. And underneath that, please feel free to elaborate and give us your heated opinion or not so heated opinion on the
please.
subject, because we want to spark a conversation and we want to continue it on commentary. So, thank you for watching our show. My name is Joe Beretta.
I'm Lee Newton.
I like more.
Let us know what you think of 5 Minute Morning, everybody. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Stuck in the papers and stuck in the papers.
Here's the part where we throw our head back and laugh.